The Brumbies playing with this light southerly behind them in the first half, but ground conditions absolutely perfect.
Ready, White? Okay.
So Andre Watson signals time on, and will be Andrew Walker to get this game underway. And it's the Highlanders against the Brumbies at Carisbrook, and loose ball early on is tidied up by Carl Hoft. And the Highlanders take it in, and Lee gets his pass back to Tony Brown. And this is close to the touchline but not out. Taken in by Scott Favour. Nice use of the feet too by Favour as he got away from Tani Vula and sets it up for Jeremy Paul. And his comeback match tonight, Jeremy Paul in the starting lineup for the first time for a few weeks. And Larkham spins it across to Gitto. And the 10-metre line for the Brumbies. They're a dangerous side when they've got ball in hand, and they're getting an early feel of it here. Gregan running it away to Joe Roth, and he's upended in a good tackle by Ryan Nicholas. Now it's out to Mark Gerard, who's created a big impression out here on the left wing side. And the Brumbies continuing to hang on to a good hands by Gitto. Gets it away to Favour, who very nearly got through a gap again.
That's fine.
And it's turned over, and the Highlanders have it back. Walker gets a lovely pass away to Randall. Opportunity out wide where Mapasua goes down. 50 metres on their own side of halfway. Kelvin Middleton back in the starting lineup tonight. And this is a long opening sequence to the game. A minute and a half so far. Both sides keen to keep the ball in hand. Lee puts the kick in. Roth is in good position though. He's inside the 22 now, but he actually stepped back, so he can't look for the touchline on the full, and he's going to have to bounce it across, and he does it well. He's a class player, Joe Roth, and we'll go to the first set piece.
What a start to this game. Both teams having a real good crack. 7 or 8 phases, both of them. But Brumbies really got out of it right from the start with Scott Favour beating Tani Vula and then getting on the front foot. And it took a long time till the Highlanders turned over the ball. But eventually, well, it's back on the halfway line.
Anton Oliver's first throw of the night is dragged down by Peter Bowden, the man who's come in to replace Simon Mayling, who's still got a few weeks on the sideline. And Oliver controlling the ball at the back of this rolling maul as they make it to within 10 metres of the Brumbies half, and in goes Tani Vula. No Rambini tonight, so Tani Vula is on the left wing side. Now it's Brown. Quick hands across to Brad Fleming with his extreme speed. And the touch judge has the flag up on the far side.
So 2 occasions the Highlanders have taken it in, set up the maul and driven. The first time Kelvin Middleton created it from nothing. This is the end of the movement. That's Fleming on the outside, just getting outside his marker, but was caught.
First throw by Jeremy Paul is a good one to David Giffen. And the kick coming from Matt Kiddo, not such a good one, but safely into touch nonetheless.
Okay.
So I'm sure from these two teams we'll get a definite plan, a definite idea of what they're both trying to achieve. Quite deliberate, precise teams. The Brumbies getting better and better as the weeks go on, and the Highlanders, well, they started accurately and effectively, and they're maintaining that form.
2 previous trips to Carisbrook. The Brumbies haven't won. They certainly have in Invercargill in the past, but not here at the House of Pain. Here's Bowden showing good pace, almost to the 22. Lee digs it out, away to Tony Brown. Looking to get it wide here, Mapasua, but he's upended in a good tackle. Mapasua still going, and here's the opening try. It's going to be scored by Willie Walker.
Great way to start Highlanders. Classic backline movement, the missed pass. Mapasua halfway through the hole, somehow he kept on going and broke free. We'll have to have a look at it again, and it looked like a formality for Willie Walker. Let's watch Mapasua. The missed pass through the hole. He pushed off the tackle but wasn't held, so he could get back on his feet. Interesting. So the tackle took him to deck, but he definitely wasn't held.
Brumbies would have to be disappointed with this defence, I think, Mex, wouldn't they? Mapasua did very well, though, as you said, went to ground, wasn't held, was able to free up.
John Preston sideline tonight.
Yeah, great start for the Highlanders, wasn't it? Fantastic stuff.
Well, great balance by Silala Mapusua. As you say, John, he wasn't held. He just bounced up, went again, and Willie Walker has the try.
Well, some interesting selections. Mapusua coming in for Steinmetz. Steinmetz on the bench. And Ryan Nicholas moving into centre.
Here's the Super 12's top point scorer, Willie Walker. 114 starting today, now 119, now 121.
Well, I think we've probably got the two most accurate kickers playing here tonight, because Joe Roth also in dynamic form with the boot, just magnificent. But Willie Walker's been a real turnaround. A couple of seasons ago he was inconsistent to say the least. A lot of time with Greg Cooper. Yes, Mapusua just rolled around, jumped back on his feet and thought, well, where's the defence? There wasn't any second line, there was no cover. Should have been a Lucy probably diving on top of him.
So Andrew Walker gets us going again. Best possible start to the Highlanders after the Brumbies had the ball for the first 90 seconds, as Gregan gets it off to Larkham, back inside to Paul. Taken by the both lock forwards, Bowden and Filippo Levy. Now Greg Smith, nice short pass to Horua, who is an exciting prospect. Tamati Horua. Again, the Brumbies looking to go wide, and Ghetto is overwhelmed by 3 or 4 of the Highlanders defenders. Gregan short to Smith. Good punishing defence. Again, this time by Heyman. Gregan again. Walker heaves a pass. Nice hands from Gerard. But he's a bit isolated out here. There were just the two of them, really.
That was hands. I asked you.
Andre Watson mentioned the hands, and the ball still came back on the Brumbies side.
Well, he did, of course, but I think they were entitled to go for the ball. But he said hands, and then he saw Tani Villa, I think, staying in an offside position. Now, obviously, Watson called hands because he assessed that a ruck had been formed. So great attacking position, Brumbies. Tremendous, really. 7 metres out. First set play, line out, Brumbies ball. What will they do? Will they move it off the top?
This is numbers, have a look.
Not for them. The shot at goal. In an attacking unit, they want to go for the try. It's been overthrown. So the opportunity for the moment is gone. It's on the Highlander side. Lee and Brown deep in his own in-goal area. Doesn't make a lot of ground, but just a slight mistake made by Jeremy Paul.
Yes, actually, the Highlanders will be disappointed they didn't get out of trouble there, because they're really only 12, 15 metres, I guess, out from the goal line.
This time he gets it right. Gregan delivers quickly to Larkham. Quick hands back from Faber to Gitto. Again, it's nicely delivered. Horua. Gregan again, looking to probe wide once more. Ball drops back. So play to continue. Gregan again. Larkham across field. Almost got his way through the gap. Now Paul. And they're right out in front of the goalpost here. Plenty of options available for the Brumbies. Here's Gregan having a bit of a run. Slipped the pass.
That's a drive, 13. I'm happy with that.
And it's there again.
Big attack and big defence going on here.
Okay.
Gregan once more. Smith. Great defence again. Ball bouncing forward from Andrew Walker. Calvin Middleton kicks it, knowing full well they'll get the scrum. And that's excellent defence by the Highlanders. They're one of the better defensive units in this competition.
Yes, 6 phases. Series of attacks at the goal line. The defensive line held. Eventually the mistake came. Well, is this the first scrum of the game? I think it is. 9 minutes in. Highlanders ball. Well, not a great place to have the first scrum. 12 metres out from the goal line.
Get it up, get it up.
So often the first couple of scrums is a penalty or something controversial where one team tries to get ascendancy over the other. That's not a bad one.
Randall off the back. Makes a couple of metres.
On his feet. Luke going forward. Whoa, 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 whoa. He almost won it, and that's dead right. He's on his feet.
So Andre Watson, I think, was giving George Gregan the message. He was saying, oh, hey, I don't want you talking to me today. They've had a running battle for a couple of years.
Yeah, I was going to say they have. They've had a few discussions in recent times.
Crouch and hold. Engage. Okay, let's go.
A good battle on this side. Heyman against Bill Young. In fact, all international front rows this lot. And Brown makes the clearance down towards halfway. Gets a nice bounce, and the Highlanders get themselves out of the danger zone.
Yes, they do indeed. In fact, the whole crowd would be delighted here tonight to see that, because that's the risk, isn't it? Once a team score, if the opposition come back and score again, then it negates the advantage. So they've got out of trouble, and the game starts again.
Behind you, follow up.
7 points in the lead, of course.
David Giffen right at the back. He's not the man required, though. It's Horua who jumps in close. Here's Gerard bursting straight through now. Looking to stand up his man, Tani Vula. Just couldn't link up with anybody, and Gregan clears it off. Away to Ghetto. Back on the inside comes Larkham on the 22.
It's a drive, it's fine. Last feet, Blue.
Now Gregan for Joe Roth. Highlanders defence holding up. Good work at the tackle ball by Smith.
Okay.
Giffen carries it on.
There's going to be a turnover.
And it's a knock on.
Well, that break was all about quality line-out ball. Magnificent ball off the top. Gerard running onto it. So much easier to get through the hole. Have a look at this. Beautiful ball. Plenty of room to move. Running onto it, it's so easy to go through the gap in that situation. He had a little bit of a go at Tani Vula. Almost thought he could have had more of a go, because Tani Vula was a little bit flat-footed at one stage there.
Lee kicks from the base and gets it safely across the touchline. Danny Lee preferred tonight to Byron Kelleher, who'll be champing at the bit, no doubt, to get on in the second half.
Yes, that's another one of the interesting Highlanders selections. Danny Lee ahead of Kelleher, particularly with the rivalry. And, well, the thought on this side of the Tasman that Kelleher does well against Gregan.
Porter again used near the front. Now Joel Wilson, haven't seen much of him so far in the game. Just over 12 minutes gone. 7-0 the Highlanders lead. Lost forward by Horua. Snapped up by Bowden. And he got through a couple of rather ineffectual tackles. And Lee. Oh, just trying to slip it round the back. Now here's Andrew Walker with a straight sprint. He'll be too fast. And the Highlanders have handed the ball to Andrew Walker. And he has replied to the earlier try by Willie Walker.
Yes, fantastic try, opportunist try. Big mistake by the Highlanders. The pass was round the back. He was actually through the tackle. Had the pass been held, there was a clear run the other way. Have a look at this. Had he got the pass, he was away, and this is what happened. This is the turnaround. From the angle on the television, it looked like the lock could have pulled the tackle off. This will be a better one to look at. So Mapasua, Ryan Nicholas went through. The pass rebounded off Walker, so it wasn't so much of an opportunist. It was actually jolly good defence.
Did pretty well, didn't he? He got up flat, he got in the space between the two players and really cut off the support player, but soft try. Highlanders are going to be very, very disappointed with that.
And the way this boy's been kicking, he'll slot it right from the touchline.
Yes, he's been outstanding, Joe Roth. 110 points, second only to Willie Walker, and oh, what a great start. Right from the sideline, Joe Roth converts, and it's 7-all.
He's a try scorer.
Dangerous place to throw a pass like that.
Kickoff made by the Highlanders. Now Gregan. Larkham. Always a danger. Larkham needs a favourable bounce and gets it. Gets the pass off to Gregan. And the ball lost forward in the end by Ghetto.
Lost it forward.
Oh, that was dangerous. That was innovative stuff from Stephen Larkham.
Oh, touch of class. The man has timing. skills. Well, they're dangerous, the Brumbies. 3 clean breaks. This is another one. Beautiful schools. In that hole, in no man's land, where it can only really be covered by number 8.
Tane Randall sets it up for Lee. Brown. Roth again, gliding across. No angle to work with his left boot here.
Well, I bet the Australians are pleased to see Joe Roth back and eligible for the World Cup. He's had a couple of years holiday in the southwest of France, Biarritz, sunning himself.
I suspect we might see a little bit more of that kicking, sorry Mex, from this Highlanders side. I mean, they really need to pin the Brumbies back in their own territory. They're so dangerous in Highlanders territory, and that's one way to squash that attacking ability.
Because they are lethal.
Oliver goes short this time.
And I think you'll see a bit of this too, JP, a little bit of driving up front.
Still under control.
Stolen.
I think it is too, yes.
Good play.
Might have been Ben Darwin who did the job there.
Yeah, it looked a bit like it.
Larkham fires it on to Gitto. They've got a numbers here. They might decide to have a real crack. But Gitto goes on his own now. He's isolated. Danger time here. Brown away from Mapusua. There's the goal line. It's only 5 metres away. Now Lee. Next man up is Oliver. Oliver burst out of a couple.
Well, he was well tackled, Oliver.
Blindside for Lee. Showing real strength. Not quite there.
I've got it. I've got it.
And Andre Watson was in perfect position.
Hold on.
He might ask the television match official to have a look at this.
Okay, I'm happy with everything. I just want to see whether he got the ball down. In other words, whether he made contact. You got that? All I want is the grounding.
Did he ground the ball? That is the question. He certainly... Ooh, we can't see in there.
It looks as if he's got the ball over the line, but has he got it under control? Is it only his hand?
He's looking up, claiming it. Was that Mapusua?
Yes, the man with the ball is Danny Lee. Now, Andre Watson was right on the spot.
So it rolls over. Almost looks like it was
Brumbies' arm under there.
Yeah, but it's not over yet, I don't think. That might be on the ground right there. I think well, it is on the ground there. Look, that is on the ground. It's a matter of whose hand's on it. Is Danny Lee's hand still on it?
I'm listening.
I don't know if it was.
Okay, that's
Lyndon
fine.
Bray has the call.
Okay.
And let's see what he says.
Okay, thanks.
Well, he's given the try.
Well, when I saw it the first time, I didn't think it was down, but super slow motion, you could see it was down, so he must have had control of it still. Although the defender, the Brumbies defender.
Gitto looks to be in quite a bit of trouble for the Brumbies. He's limping. As we can see here, Anton Oliver on the charge. This is the build-up. Danny Lee has a wee dab. He's held up initially. It really takes quite some time for him to get the ball down as it was awarded. Hard to judge from that angle.
That's right, a lot of bodies in the way. Well, there's definitely a wallaby arm underneath it, but only for a certain amount of time, and then eventually it rolled past the arm and hit the ground. So, try to them. It's now history. Try to the Highlanders. So there's been a bit of drama so far in this game.
Highlanders so far this season haven't been a team that have scored a lot of tries. Only 17 going into this game. Walker, and not this time. So an unconverted try by Danny Lee, and the Highlanders back in front by 12 points to 7.
Giddo looked to be in trouble in back play. He's still on the field. Pat Howard has been warming up, but keep an eye and see if there's going to be a change or not.
He's got interesting hair colour, JP.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, actually. First time I saw it, I thought he was bleeding.
So it might be a blood bid, in other words.
Looks like he is coming off. Pat Howard's on, jersey 21. Looks like a knee problem or lower leg.
I'm not sure that Pat Howard will fondly remember this ground here at Carisbrook.
Did he play in that test?
He played in a test that was a disaster. Anyway, that's years ago. He's a lot older and a lot wiser. Highlanders make a mess of the kickoff. Taken in by Paul.
Last feet, stay there.
12 to 7. Nearly halfway through the first spell. Larkham.
That's a maul. That's a maul, right?
Nicely delivered ball again.
Yes, great control.
Larkham again slips it back to Paul. Loves to run with the ball and does it well. Jeremy Paul looking to make the most of this opportunity tonight. Howard gets the return ball back. Good stuff from Pat Howard. He's only just arrived on the park, and it took a good tackle from, I don't know, possibly Tony Brown to strip the ball from Scott Faber.
Oh, it was beautiful double round. That was the key to it. Check this out. Watch Pat Howard. Pass. Lovely little subtle double round.
Watch it
Might have been Filippo Levy, in fact, who was a punishing defender.
Okay, go. Stay on, White.
Brown's kick safely out.
Highlanders' defence has held up very well so far. The Brumbies have certainly made some inroads and found some spaces, but the Highlanders' cover defence, as much as anything, is really holding them in the game, I think.
Yes, Brumbies certainly had the better of the game as far as territory and possession is concerned.
Dan Vickerman rising high for the Brumbies. Howard slotting in, and Gerard back to Roth. Taken head on, but it might have been a head high tackle. Referee playing advantage. It might have been head high against Tony Brown. And let's see what he says.
This is too high. Go down, number 10, blue. Go down, please. Yeah, too high. Go
Well,
down.
it was high, accidental for sure,
That's it. Just go 10.
and a three-pointer.
Don't go. Don't go there. Thank you. Going in shot.
One of the difficult things about this Brumbies side, as we can see here, is they shift the point of attack so often. They mix it up so much. We see little chip kicks from Larkham. You see various players taking it from first runner, first off, and it makes it very difficult for the opposing side to defend and to be structured in defence.
Also very difficult to tackle anybody if you can't, if that's called a penalty. I mean, Tony Brown, Gerard did very well. I've been very impressed with him throughout this Super 12. Mark Gerard, but he handed off the ball. The player was coming back against the flow. He hit Tony right smack midships, head on, front on. So how do you tackle a man? He tried to around the chest, slipped up. Well, this will be a formality the way Joe Roth is kicking.
I'll cross it off the paper, Murray. It's already been written down.
Put the knockers on them.
Well, that might have been justice. It was a funny old call from Andre Watson. So Brown bangs it away downfield to Larkham. Not one of the great kicks. Finally fielded by Brad Fleming. Larkham there to make the tackle.
Off your feet, and this man straight over the top.
Yes, well, Joe
on your
Roth
feet, but this is the
has got
man.
a percentage, kicking percentage of 89%. That is extraordinary. And he missed that kick so close, so maybe it was justice.
The Brumbies haven't been able to settle into their rhythm, their pattern really yet, Murray, have they? The Highlanders with the defence have managed to knock a few balls loose, and that dangerous side of the Brumbies that we were speaking about earlier with their pattern and their precision has just been knocked around a wee bit.
No, you're right. It looks like they're trying to drive the ball, the Highlanders, but they've only really had 2 opportunities. 74% possession to the Brumbies, of course.
Too big from Anton Oliver. And the Brumbies in charge of the ball here as they march into Highlanders territory. Larkham, he was always going to have to kick there. There was no formation in the back line at all. Fleming once more looking to hand it off to Walker to make the clearing kick. It may not be out here. Gregan has it. Back it goes with Larkham, who has that sort of ghosting style of running. And the ball lost forward by the Brumbies. Well, they certainly are out of sorts at the moment.
Yes, unforced errors, so many of them. Yes, look at that statistic. Significant. In fact, in many respects, it has kept the Highlanders in the game, given them the opportunity. When you look at 74% territory, 63% possession in Brumbies' favour.
Quickly fed by Lee. Now Brown hands it off to Ryan Nicholas. Big, powerful second 5'8". No Steinmetz tonight. Ball was out, and it wasn't looked after at all by the Highlanders. And they lost the ball forward.
Number 9. Lost it, they picked it up.
Well done, Rhino!
Yeah.
Oh, boys, let's keep it on the ball!
So not too many scrums in this game. Let's see how this one settles.
Use it! Use it! Ball's out.
Taken in by Horder. Gregan has to change his mind, go back the other way. Roth for Howard.
Okay, roll away, Blue, roll away! Roll away and don't hold him. Let him go. Number 1. You had a chance to let him go with your arms and to move. Do either or both, please.
So Carl Hoft is the man kicked out by Andre Watson and Joe Roth. It's an opportunity to redeem the mess he made of the previous one.
Well, this rule, of course, is an interesting one. The tackler must endeavour to roll away as soon as possible. He obviously didn't in that situation. But by rolling away, what you do is you enable the tackled player to be able to secure the ball or retain the ball.
See the horrified look on the face of Pat Howard. He wondered whether he was the bloke being penalised. That's some of the problem, isn't it, really?
It is, it is.
The blokes that hear the whistle, they're not really sure which way the penalty's going to go.
And we're talking to the players and the coaches too. So often they play the referee, depending on how the referee rules it. That's part of the game plan, the tactics leading into the match.
So here's Roth. He's pretty much out in front. And, well, he's having one of those nights.
Bemused expression. Can't believe it.
Well, he kicked the hard one from the sideline. Now he's missed a couple that have been straight. So it stays 12-7. Highlanders in front. No doubt happy to play into the breeze in the first half. Roth, little kick and chase. Lovely work, Joe Roth. Now, can he get the ball off? No, he can't. Snapped up by Howard. Quickly across to Gregan. Looking to move it wide. And here's Larkham through. Larkham looking to run Walker in. And he's taken by his opposite. Gregan there quickly. Howard again. He's made a real impact, Pat Howard, since he came on the park. Gregan quickly away to Larkham. Looking to spin it wide favour. Now Wilson. Up to George Smith. Ball intercepted by Josh Blackie. Taken down by Gerard. And the whistle's gone very quickly. The referee says a knock-on. People on the bank don't seem to think so.
Mind you, the referee was a lot closer than the people on the bank, but it was incredibly ripped away by Blackie. That was George Smith and Blackie. So the competition of the open side flankers. Look at this. Big tackle, huge tackle. Making it available. Smith was there and Blackie. Yes, he did lose it. So Watson was correct.
Now Gregan again. Here's Wilson. Again cut down by this very organised Highlanders defence.
No, not from the side, number 3.
Lee. And he's got Ben Darwin this time.
Number 3. Come through the gate. And then I asked whether you guys were all right.
Yeah, no, we were.
And no one spoke to me.
So keep an eye on Ben Darwin.
So Tony Brown's got the ball.
Blue and white, yeah.
Darwin just pops in from the side, yeah, miles offside.
Right in front of the referee. So 12 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 tries to 1. Oliver. Good effort by Giffen as he jumped in front of Peter Bowden. They're on the Highlanders side for Lee. And not such a good pass. Tony Vula was looking to cut back in field. And the opportunity is lost.
Ball control from either side hasn't been great at this stage. I mean, I would have thought particularly the Highlanders getting ball and maintaining ball so crucial against this Brumbies side. But they are winning a lot of turnovers, but then spilling it themselves.
Porter again. Larkham. Once again the player on the cut. It's Gerard.
It's just a drive, that's fine.
Now it's Jeremy Paul setting it again. Howard. But this defence from the Highlanders is quite outstanding. This time it's Tane Randall.
Last feet.
The ball is there again though for Gregan. Favour. And it has to be set once more for Gregan. Awkward pass. Bounces back for Joel Wilson. A big powerful centre. Hasn't had any leeway so far tonight. Now they've got an opportunity. Porter gets it up to Giffen. And inside the Highlanders territory they go.
So this is 7 phases. They had an overlap, Brumbies.
Wilson again trying to straighten the point of attack. Gregan. Well, when they kick, you know, you've won the battle. And even though he's made grounds, the Highlanders will be quite delighted that the Brumbies couldn't make any grounds.
Yes, it was good defence, and it does give the Highlanders an opportunity with the ball. They've got to win the line out, of course, and Gregan did what I think he wanted to achieve, keeping the play hot on attack.
Well, another shaky throw, and the Brumbies back in charge. Larkham gets it off to Wilson. Really fires himself out at George Smith, first man there. Pass off to Gerard. Hard man to put to ground. Gregan again. Smith. He's got the Highlanders for offside. Just playing advantage. Andrew Walker.
Last feet now, Blue. Okay.
Pass delivered again for Howard. Howard having a go. Gets it off to Gregan. 5 metres short.
Blue. Thank you.
Still they control the ball, the Brumbies. Favour. And
Hitting the guy from the side.
well, the advantage must have been well over.
Way over the ball.
Well, Highlanders got out of that one.
No, it's not to you.
But that's the last
Keep
2
your man.
lineouts in a row that have been won against a throw by the Brumbies. I'd say Mailing is being missed big time. Very consistent lineout performance.
That's fine.
Mailing, they say, is a great organiser in the lineouts. And there've been no troubles with the throws, of course, when he's been playing, so maybe they're missing him.
Highlanders Murray doing very well at getting to the breakdown once the Brumbies have made a break, and once the runners has gone, one runner's gone through, Highlanders are getting there in numbers, and I think that's causing some of these turnovers.
There always seems to be 3 or 4 there, that's for sure. The Brumbies seem to be able to make line breaks, though, JP.
Yeah, plenty of line breaks, just can't finish it at present.
Oh, another one short.
Backwards.
That's 3 in a row. Gregan. Larkham, change of tactics. Tani Vula on his 22. Didn't call for the mark, so he takes off. Oh, beautiful break, Tani Vula. Now he gets the pass away to Ryan Nicholas. The kick and chase, but the speedsters aren't quite there. They needed Brad Fleming.
That's back 5 metres, isn't it?
Getting it over. Blue ball.
And it's a 5-metre scrum.
Thanks, Junior.
Well, magnificent break, Tani Vula. And the cut looked like he was battling to catch it, then he just took off. He just thought, I'm going to split this defence. Lovely, subtle little dummy. Beautiful cut, Ryan Nicholas. I don't know whether that should have been kicked. And this is where Walker took it over the goal line. 5-metre scrum. Great attacking position. Highlanders, they haven't had too many opportunities. They've scored 2. So they're ahead on the scoreboard, Highlanders. Probably don't deserve it, though, when you look at the play, territory, possession. Rucks and Mauls, 46 to the Brumbies, Highlanders 12. That tells a story.
Stay on, 7, stay on.
Randall traps it now. Lee for Tony Brown. Lee digs in again. Oh, intercept by Smith. Could open up here, but instead it's been booted away by Howard. Walker getting back. Joe Roth closing very quickly. And, well, Walker has been trapped. He's pushed the ball loose. And I think Joe Roth's appealing.
That's his first one.
And I think he might have had a point there. Walker had another go at it.
Lost it, blue. Lock on, white ball.
Just have a look and see. He's taken in the tackle. Down he goes. Now he can't do anything more. But while he's down, he has a hack.
Is he down, though? Did he not get himself back on his feet?
White ball.
He can't play the ball from there, can he?
I don't think so.
Tell you what, pretty lucky not to be penalty try. Look at this, he's still on his knees.
Super slow motion. He looked like he was still on one knee, didn't he?
Yeah, didn't quite see the finish, but he was still on one knee when he had a hack at it, and pretty lucky to get away with that, I think.
A few interesting decisions so far in this first half of the game.
Willie Walker really should have put it out. Certainly looked like he was trying to get up, but his one knee was still down, which constitutes down.
Okay, time on. Coach in the hole. Right on.
So Brumbies really need to
Stay in.
score here. They need to take advantage of all the wind.
Play on.
Accidental, 6 is in front of you. Your opposing number 9 couldn't get to you. Just accidental, blue ball. Can't help you if your 8 comes off, number 9.
Well, you look around at every area of this game so far, and the Brumbies have had the edge, except for the scoreboard.
Don't move there again, please. Okay, you can look back.
No locks. No locks.
Get in there. Engage. Use it. Use it.
Randall has to take it a metre.
Balls out.
Now it's Lee.
You've won it and shut up.
Just controlled it no more there by the Highlanders. Lee's got himself back into position. There's a quick look to see who's behind him. It'll be Tony Brown. And scrambling play by the Highlanders.
This is rather reminiscent in some respects to the Highlanders versus the Blues game, where the first half seemed to be dominated by the Blues, and yet the Highlanders were still in the match at half-time. And eventually, well, they ran away with it, sort of.
Now Gregan sets the back line alight once more. Howard. Short pass to Favour.
Okay, that's your luck now. No hands.
Pops out again for Gregan. Slowly, but he gets it in the end.
Off number 10's feet.
Whoops, Schroff's off, fallen over. Here's a chance. Tony Vula. Now they're lining up left and right. Bowden flicks it back inside to Randall. Randall, nice dummy. Randall's got the pace. Tane Randall under the posts.
enjoying that. He did have the pace and he had the strength. He often runs like a back with the backs, Tane Randall. In fact, I'd like to see more of it, because he's good with the ball in hand. But it was against the run of play in some respects, but it was, the advantage was taken out. There was a mess up here. The bounce, oh, the rugby ball bounces so cruelly on occasions. Scooped up, Tony Vula confused everybody, and then gave a sweet little pass. Blackie knew he didn't have the pace, gave it to Randall. Randall said, I'm going by myself. Gee, and that's a centre too that went for that tackle. I think that was Joel Wilson he beat. After about a 70-metre run, because that's where the play started from.
Well, Joe Roth lost his footing here. He was out of the play. Randall started it all. Nice touch here from Peter Bowden too. The big lock forward. Over the top to Randall. Now, he had all the work in the world to do here. He was only on the 10-metre line. I think it might have been Stephen Larkham who he managed to get away from.
Yeah, but he sold a beautiful dummy there, didn't he? That was just class. So he started it and finished it.
19-7.
Surviving on scraps, but they're just taking their chances so well.
That's fine.
Walker's kick just makes it the 10 metres. Vickerman tips it back, but Bowden's having a wow of a game. Lee pushing it down the touchline, but it's out on the full.
Well, Danny Lee, Kelleher on the sideline.
Quickly thrown by to Jeremy Paul. Just tipped up by Tony Brown. Got up and went again. He wasn't held. Here's Gregan off to Larkham. Larkham, beautiful pass out wide. Joel Wilson back on the inside. Big defence. Ball is still held though by the Brumbies.
How did they close down the Brumbies? There was a clear overlap.
They went forward, now hands now. Just a drive.
Gregan again for Wilson. Look at the defence. Gregan again. Sells a little dummy. Oh, what a classic. What a classic. George Gregan.
World class. Absolutely world class. He ran across the field just looking, waiting, hoping for something to happen. A little bit of an inch. Spotting a gap. And then slowly it just opened and he thought, yep, now's the moment. Have a look at this. Wandering across, just waiting, waiting, waiting. Oh, there it is. I'll take it. Yes, please.
He's run between Bowden and Randall.
That's brilliance though, isn't it, from the wee fella? He's just been cruising around all game, getting niggled to the back of rucks and mauls. Finally sees an opportunity and takes it like the class player he is.
Well, it's the inside defender's job.
$19 points to 14. The siren sounds, and that is the end of the first half. And it's been a beauty here at Carisbrook. We've had 3 tries to 2 in the first spell. The Highlanders have the lead, 19-14.
We've had a dominating performance by the Brumbies in this first half in almost every facet of the game, and in fact in every facet of the game except the scoreboard. That's where the Highlanders have had the edge. They've only had a couple of opportunities, 3 in fact, and they've scored 3 times. That try, I mean, that half-saving try by Gregan right on half-time has put the Brumbies very much back in this game, just 5 points in the rear and holding a psychological advantage going into the second half.
Willie Walker, Danny Lee and Tane Randall have scored tries for the Highlanders. Andrew Walker and George Gregan for the Brumbies. Everything to play for in the second half at Carisbrook. The Highlanders lead 19-14. Cool night in Dunedin, but Super 12 rugby at its best so far. Highlanders 3 tries to 2 over the Brumbies, 19-14. One of the features of the first half, the defence of the Highlanders. The Brumbies have had a lot of ball. So far they've only cracked the defence twice. Have a look at some of these tackles. That one was ruled illegal, but there's been some thumping defence. Stephen Larkham head on from Tane Randall. And have a look at this one on Joel Wilson. The pass that went to Gregan ended up with a try, and the Highlanders would be hugely disappointed they let Gregan score that try just on half-time. 19-7 would have been a very healthy half-time advantage. But the Brumbies came back into it in the last 30 seconds.
Yes, it was a crucial try, George Gregan. Big difference, 12 points from 5 at half-time. So who's going to fire the shots at the beginning of this game? Will the Brumbies come out cool, calm and collected and create all that space that they managed to do in the first half? Cool.
Don't look to be any team changes at half-time. Maybe we'll check with John Preston. Although I did see 19 on there, John. That's Sam Harding, I think.
Yeah, it does appear Sam Harding has taken the field. I'm just trying to work out who he's replaced.
Ready, Blue?
Well, Calvin Middleton's there. So's Tane Randall.
Josh Blackie, I think.
There we are.
So, a change for the Highlanders. Second half is underway with Tony Brown's kickoff. Waiting for this is Joel Wilson. He's lost it forward. And a chance, an early chance here for the Highlanders. As Brown comes down the blind side, through the pass back into Peter Bowden. And the big fella had a big first half. Now is fellow lock forward Filippo Levy.
Well, it was a great cut.
Bowden working hard at the back of the ball again. It's up there for Lee. He wants to just keep it in there for the moment. Now he delivers the pass. Nicholas wide. Cut out Howard, but just didn't go to hand at the right time for them. As Fleming carries it on.
Advantage, laying it up.
Playing advantage. Nicholas lets it go, and it's straight to Filippo Levy.
Still advantage.
Now
Still
Brown.
advantage.
Still holding the advantage. Randall goes straight towards the line, which is only 4 metres away. Now it's Anton Oliver. Lays it back, Lee, short to Nicholas. Not short, not there, but somebody else might be.
Couldn't see it, I got hit as well. Hang on.
Andre
We went
Watson
over.
was barreled.
We go 5 unless we can see it from upstairs. Time out.
Well, I think that might have been a try.
Well, he wants the television match official to have a look. He didn't see it,
Okay,
Andre
Lyndon,
Watson.
can you hear me? Can you just have a look at this?
Peter Bowden's
grounding of the ball.
indicating that
Otherwise I'm going to go.
probably not.
Yeah, otherwise I'm going to go 5. I didn't see nothing.
Well, Ryan Nicholas so close. Picked up by Bowden, drove over and decked it. Must be a try.
I think he lost control of it. no?
Is it?
I think he, just the indication he gave when he...
The way he shook his head, but it
Yeah.
might have been... You can't see it.
Not from there. This would appear to be the best angle. Now, he hasn't got control of it.
If he hadn't shaken his head, I probably would have awarded it.
Yeah, I think it was
exactly.
the inexperience of the new man. And he's had a big game too. He's been involved in a lot of play, general play as well as the tight driving play. Well, very hard to see. He's the sort of guy that if he was playing cricket, he'd walk.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, can I go? Thank you very much. Is it try?
Oh, yeah. Well.
So in other words, what was he shaking his head for? JP could have been, did you drop that, Peter? And he was shaking his head and saying no.
That's what he'd be claiming now, wouldn't he?
Well, laid back. Ryan Nicholas so close, beautifully positioned. Bowden did everything right. Well, we couldn't see him actually dropping and losing the ball. It just looked as though he might have been, and then he shook his head. So,
Well, yes, you'd swear that he lost it, and it may well have been under the control of Andrew Walker. Kick missed. 24-14. 2 big calls by the TMO tonight.
Ben Darwin's come off the Brumbies, been replaced by David Fitter, and he's wearing 17.
Well, Peter Bowden hadn't scored a Super 12 try prior to that. You'd think if he'd scored it, Murray, he would have been a little more ecstatic.
Well, one would think so. He looks like a fairly low-key sort of a rooster, though.
He does. He does. Pretty much the southern man type.
No, he's from Hawke's Bay.
Oh, okay. He's been indoctrinated.
Yeah, well, he's moved around a little bit. He's been down to Wellington at about 16 or 17 years of age, and then he moved off to down south here, and then went up to Nelson Bay for a while, and then back to Otago.
There you go. Stay there, Flo, maintain
Yes,
the
I
gap.
guess he's a rugby journeyman.
They split the boys.
He's slotted it nicely. The Highlanders have a bonus point for only the second time in terms of try scoring this season. Here's a clean break by Gerard. Whips it across. Nobody at home though. And it's tidied up. Now Gregan for Smith. Larkham. Ball held up high. Opportunity here for the Highlanders to defend.
Stolen, I think. Tane Randall.
Yep, it is stolen. Now there's a chance. Danny Lee. Into the gap he goes. Snapped up by Brad Fleming.
Right up.
Lee back in position for Brown. Looking to move it quickly. Levy. He's got Tane Randall who puts the foot down. Now Sam Harding, and he can go. Tani Vula. Tani Vula away from Roth. Tani Vula. Oh, brilliant!
Well, they're all the same, these Fijians. Take out Tui Levu, take out Rambini, bring on Tani Vula. Nothing much changes. What a great little bit of individualism. Tremendous, really. Tane Randall, again, straightening it up, making the pass. Sam Harding, unselfish. And Tani Vula, well, he did the whole trip. Have a look at this. Tane Randall straight as a die, drew the defence. Harding, the chop, the fend, the chip kick, the patience, and the try.
You couldn't really ask for much more than that. Again, Tane Randall was involved. Lovely little pass from Sam Harding. And now George Gregan has to lecture the team. How can a side with so much ball, so much territory, find themselves 29-14 down and still this conversion to come?
Highlanders might be missing some stars, but I tell you what, they've come up with some brilliance tonight. There's another bit.
That's a beauty too. 31-14.
From the Highlanders, scored by number 11, Lisi Telavula. Converted by number 15, Rolly Walker. The Highlanders 31.
So the new man, the little pass, the fin, will Joe Roth will be upset. And a magnificent chip kick.
Only playing tonight because Sarah Rambini got injured at training.
What's your shot, Gordo?
Andrew Walker. Taken down by Mapusua. Highlanders playing with some real confidence. Tony Brown. Scott Favors waited all the way back for this to happen. Joe Roth runs it out. Back to Favour. Now Gerard. Lost control of it. That man Bowden is over there again.
Get out of there. Last feet, stay there. Okay.
Lee. Wide to Oliver. Back to Harding. Kelvin Middleton and Anton Oliver holding it up.
Backwards.
They're marching back, but they've still got it.
Great play, Brumbies, great defence.
Brown wants it out of there, but he's kicked it straight to Roth. Dangerous thing to do. Joe Roth looking to see who he can deliver the pass to. He goes short to Larkham. Larkham cutting his way through. Stephen Larkham. Now he finds David Giffen near the 22-metre line.
Ball's gone.
Gregan keeps it going.
Last feet, Blue. Hands on.
Now Larkham back. Jeremy Paul wasn't expecting it.
Same thing.
And there's some accidental obstruction there.
Okay, I'm fine.
Well, Brumbies continuing to look exciting with the ball in hand, seemingly making a break whenever they wish. Yeah, unfortunate, it wasn't intentional, but certainly made it difficult for the defending side.
As we see another Brumbies player down, it turned out to be a blood bin replacement for Ben Darwin, so he's actually reclaimed his place for the Brumbies now in the front row.
So that's Mark Gerard now down with a knee.
Murray, you asked the question who was going to come out firing in the beginning of the second half, and it's certainly been well and truly answered. And it's quite often spoken about the crucial periods 10 minutes before and after half-time, how they can change games, and it's been the case for the Highlanders today, or tonight.
Well, it has. The funny thing, though, JP, is that they fired and scored the try, but since then, the Brumbies, or for the rest of that first 10 minutes, the Brumbies have really been splitting the defence as well.
Back now for Walker to kick. Joe Roth again.
No hands, that's a right.
Next to set this in centre field. Regan goes with Howard. Gerard chased by Tani Vula. It's such a lethal side with the ball in hand, the Brumbies. George Smith tries to free it. Does so now. Carried on by the two lock forwards. Vickerman with the ball in hand. Driven through by Giffen.
Number 5 was on his feet and he was holding on like you saw it. It's fine. There's no time to place it. If he's on his feet, you let it go. Yep, okay. Yep.
Well, there's heaps of time left in this game for the Brumbies to get it together.
Five tries tonight by the Highlanders. It's been one of their problems this year. Their defence has been no problem at all, but their ability to score tries has been a worry. This time the line-out works. Here's Randall having a charge in midfield, a powerful 1-2 straight into Smith. Now Brown back inside for Nicholas. Brumbies got there quicker. The loose forwards arrived just a smidgen before the Highlanders players. Now Roth back into Gregan. Gregan looking to hand it off. Wading his way through one tackle after another. Now here's Howard again. Smith. The kick is ineffective, and Randall snapped it up.
Randall's everywhere.
He's gone. He's on his deck and he's working the ball. Got to be on your feet, please. No, not there. That's not yours either. Good try.
Well, Pat Howard thought he'd give it a go. It's against George Smith.
On your feet, number 3. Yeah, when you're down, you're out of it. Come on, play.
Well, Kane Randall having a big game. He seems to be everywhere. Everywhere the Brumbies are making an attack, there's Randall in their way. He was looking hard for someone to pass it to. There was nobody there.
Tell you what, he could have been got for a knock on too. Kane Randall, he lost the ball.
That's a turnover, I think. That's Brumbies' ball.
Your ball, use it or lose it, fellas. Right there. Line out's over. What's there? Just here, fellas. Whoa. We need to play with that thing. Okay.
It's an opportunity in the second half to watch the battle between Carl Hoft and Ben Darwin.
Hold it. Okay. Let's go.
Favour to Gregan. Larkham, Howard. He's been all industry, Pat Howard, since he came on the park. And Dan Vickerman.
Let it go. He's gone. And so is the ball. Play on.
Well, the referee said it was there, gone. So another turnover. Levy sends it off to Mapusua. Now Tani Vula. Anything could happen here.
Hands off now, wait. Going forward. No, he couldn't get away there. We're not going to guess.
Well, Andre Watson, quite vigilant. So scrum with a huge blindside. Highlanders ball, there's nobody out there. Where is Tani Vula?
Big Brumbies scrum.
Turnover.
Away goes Gregan. Quickly gives the pass off to Gerard. Bounces off Tani Vula. Good powerful stop by Mark Gerard. Vickerman seem to like the touchline, the Brumbies. They're getting very close to it. And the ball knocked on by David Giffen, the man who missed all of Super 12 last year, and he'll be disappointed with that.
So let's see what happened with this ball. It wasn't hooked properly, that was what it was. It rebounded.
There was a hand in there too from George Smith.
It was a sneaky little hand, was it? So slow motion, so the strike. Now rebounded off a knee, popped back, and George said, "I'll take it, thank you." Yes, should have been a penalty. Not a tight end. Ah, what a temptation.
Okay. Up here? Yeah. Come on. Crouch and hold. Sit, wait. Engage.
Right, let's
Okay, that's steady.
battle resume.
Tony
31.
Randall in a position to do a scrum move here.
Balls out. Last feet.
Carl Hoft sends it off to Brown. Up the side of the boot, rather.
Well, there's been a bit of that with Tony Brown tonight, 3 or 4 times. Uncharacteristic. Of course, he's been out for a long time with injury, so he'll probably be feeling a little bit less than 100% match fit. And of course, when the edge is gone, all mistakes occur.
Numbers. Your number 9's in here.
Too many in the
numbers.
Highlanders lineup this time.
Okay.
So quickly taken by Paul.
They gone. You play on.
Oh, good play.
Regan now. Larkham sends it wide. Howard missing out 1 or 2 players. Just hanging on, Joel Wilson, but he managed to.
He fell down. No problem.
Gerard waits.
Play on.
Hand comes in. And now away goes Sam Harding. Well, that hand that came in, was it from a player on the ground? That's the question. Here comes Walker. Willie Walker. Pass back inside to Nicholas.
Good defence. Where's the ball?
It's not going to come, man. Not legally anyway. Going forward, blue. Closed up. Blue ball.
Well, the hand came in from, I think it was Mapusua.
Yes, and then Sam Harding, he just didn't want to stop. But eventually, good ball going forward. When you run on to good ball going forward, well, big advantages. And Willie Walker took it, and that's how close he got. Two men on the short side.
Away goes Randall for Lee. Pass goes straight to Gerard. And the Brumbies survive for the moment anyway. Referee's got the arm out. And Larkham clears it away downfield.
Yeah, let's go.
Waiting to see if there's any advantage, and it's deemed to be advantage. Although you could argue it's not really, because this will be a Highlanders throw if it was a penalty. If that's what he was ruling.
So they tried a short side move. But really, they stacked the short side with 2 players and round the short side, which meant they asked the Brumbies to defend on that side.
Back to you!
Middleton is the target. Hoft for Brown.
Goal away, 10.
Mapusua.
7 is on his feet.
It's been
That's
ripped
fine.
away. Classic loose forward play by George Smith. Smacks into Tony Brown.
No hands, fellas.
Now the Brumbies have it again with Howard back for Larkham. And that's a very good kick from Stephen Larkham.
The ball's live. Let's play on.
It's taken quickly by the Highlanders. And Walker sends it off downfield, and that's a good one too.
Listen. You two blokes are on the halfway line. He's directly in line, and I was much closer. We made the call. Let's play on.
Well, George was suggesting that Willie Walker was over the 22 when he kicked the ball. And Andre Watson, of course, disagreed. And the touch judge.
George getting a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, put on the line is inside. Run out's over.
Now they launch it from inside their own 22. Howard.
Hands off, hands off.
Regan again. Vickerman.
No hands now.
Larkham once more thumping it away downfield, not out. Fleming for Walker. That's Willie Walker. This time he's overcooked it.
Just a meter.
Off the head is the cameraman.
Top is what it takes.
Getting a little anxious now, the Brumbies. They realise they have to be the team to score next,
Here comes.
or the game will be pretty much gone from their point of view. They face a match against the Hurricanes next week, and they finish against the defending champions, the Crusaders, in
Okay, I
Canberra.
will. Thank you very much.
Regan. Out it goes to Larkham. Smith again. Giffen.
Hands off now.
5 metres in Highlanders territory. Larkham to... At least Larkham runs off the Regan
That's a ball,
pass.
fellas.
Ball spins back the other way. Referee lets it go. The ball was lost forward. Randall once more to Kelvin Middleton. That went back.
Anyway, play on.
And the Highlanders still have it.
I'm in the shoulder.
Lee. Wide pass. Good hands from Sam Harding. Oliver. Quick hands to Tony Vula. Has another go. Here it is. Kick and chase. Tony Vula is in touch though. And so's the ball.
He's mercurial. Tony Villa miraculously picked up the ball off his fingertips. Have a little look at this. It was a clear overlap here. It was quick hands through the back, so to speak. In fact, brilliant. Was that Mapusua, the last one? The little kick. He's in touch here. Saves the ball.
All out. So we got 2. Everybody else gone. Don't come in before
Coming
the
up
run-out's
to
over.
the halfway point in the second spell. The Highlanders have scored a couple of tries to nothing in this second half, and again it's been intercepted. There's been a lot tonight against the throw. Randall slips the pass, and the Highlanders will set it up here for Danny Lee. Brown short to Mapusua. Big defence by Smith. Lee again to Brown. Now Walker knocked down by Joe Roth. Now, what's the call here? This will be interesting.
Thank you.
He wants to have a chat.
I've got it. You try to catch it.
Well, he tried to catch it.
Deliberate
Fair
now.
call, I think.
Thanks, Junior.
If he
Willie
had
Walker
to-
was through the
Okay.
hole, I thought. Could have gone the whole way
2
there.
blue. Thank you.
Let's have a little look. Looked like the try was imminent. No, he was covered. And it was, as usual, anticipation by Joe Roth. Uncanny anticipation often. Reads the game, sees the game, and acts very quickly.
You see there, Tom Willis has taken the field for the Highlanders, replacing Anton Oliver. And David Giffen's off for the Brumbies, replaced by Justin Harrison.
Okay, time on. Crouch and hold.
Yes, it seems extraordinary that Justin Harrison's on the reserve bench. So Vickerman's come through with Giffen, of course.
Tom Willis.
That's the first one that's gone down.
So we have an All Black replacing an All Black.
I'm not going to do guesswork,
Willis
but don't
with
try
Oliver.
me. Thank
Harrison for Giffen. A Wallaby with a Wallaby.
Crouch and hold. Engage.
Tom Willis has been out for a long time with an injury, but he's back here tonight. Here's Brown, gets it off to Fleming. Fleming puts the foot down, and Brad Fleming scores try number 6 tonight for the Highlanders.
Well, that's sheer pace. That was a good move. It was well worked. It created space. That's all this man Fleming needs, is space because of his pace. Let's have a little look at it. Tony Brown waited. The double round from the blindside wing. Just too much pace for Joel Wilson.
One of the fastest around, Brad Fleming. And just look as he gets around the outside of Joel Wilson. And Brad Fleming, well, that might just about do it. 36-14, and it would need a mighty performance now for the Brumbies.
Don't see too many tries from set phase these days, and that's a brilliant piece of work from the Highlanders. Great pace from Fleming. There's a lot been talked about Joel Wilson, but he was found wanting there.
36-14, wow. Just looking at possession and territory, still favouring the Brumbies, 59% in both counts. Rucks and Mauls 64-41. So really the Brumbies have had enough ball, but they haven't been able to capitalise on that possession, finish and score.
Just plain and simple pace from Brad Fleming.
The ebb and flow, Murray, it's all flowing the Highlanders' way now.
It certainly is. The power is with the local boys.
Andrew Walker's kickoff, easily taken down by Mapusua. Now Lee.
Backwards, fellas. Play on.
Left it behind, and George Smith snaps it up.
General play.
Looking for some support. Nobody home now. He's got it away to Bill Young. Fellow prop forward Ben Darwin. Up to the 22 they go. Gregan. Pat Howard.
Lazy runner, number
Gregan
19,
again.
advantage.
He's got a lazy runner, one of Andre Watson's favourites. He kicked through by Wilson. Tony Vula tidies up. He'll be playing advantage here, I suspect. Yep.
Number 19.
So it's against Sam Harding.
Lazy runner, number 19.
I don't understand the lazy runner
Lazy running, just head back.
when the Brumbies had the ball and were attacking.
Here they come again. Gregan again. Larkham. Solid defence again. Gregan, here's the call from Bill Young, but again there's a welcoming committee. Walker.
Roll away, thank you.
They just keep on tackling the Highlanders. Walker. Randall's been one of the better ones tonight.
Ball's out.
Ball knocked on. No, not forward. Back, he said. Justin Harrison.
Wide loss forward. Okay, I'll go on that. Knock on.
Oh, it was a knock on. Okay.
Well, I guess you're entitled to make a mistake and then correct yourself. That's probably what he did.
Time out. Number
Change
9,
coming up for the Brumbies. Digby Beaumont, jersey 16, replacing Jeremy Paul. It also looks like Byron Kelleher's coming on for the Highlanders. Obviously replacing Denny Lee.
Well, Byron Kelleher will be very keen to make an impact. Will he make it by running, or will he make it by service to his backline?
Nice position to be in. Your side is up by 24 points.
The ball's gone. Ball's gone.
Randall.
In a tower of strength, Tam Randall today.
Has he not? Has he ever? Levy. Kelleher now for Brown.
Play on, everybody's
Get
on
onto the hand
side.
of Bill Young, so they're all onside. Parks floated out to Wilson. He's been well contained tonight.
Last feet, move back.
Continue to have plenty of ball, and now the ball's been lost.
Last feet.
So Kelleher
Advantage,
cleverly gets the pass off to
Play your
Brown.
side.
He's playing advantage
Full
again. Now
advantage.
Fleming snaps it up.
He's on his feet, he won it. No advantage. Offside. 7 white, 7.
Well, I don't know,
Offside.
Murray. What is it about the Brumbies? When they get away from Canberra, they're just not the same team.
Okay.
No, because just watching the progress, the way they've been developing in the Super 12, they just seem to be getting better and better. Their combinations, their continuity, the flow. But tonight, the error rate, the mistakes, the spilt passes, the lack of finish to the opportunities. But you'd have to say the rub of the green have gone the way of the Highlanders so far. Although they've scored tries. At times, when they've had opportunities, they've taken them. And of course, you've got to do that in rugby.
So here's Tom Willis. Shorty goes to Levy. There's Randall in once again. Well organised too here, the Highlanders. A tight-knit group. The ball is well controlled. The referee's going to want a bit of progress forward shortly. And now they start to edge forward.
Well, it's been a concerted effort and good defence, though, the Brumbies have held. Still going, though. Hello, the backs are in there as well.
Yes, they are. Ryan Nicholas joins the fray. Tony Brown somewhere in there. There's Brown close to it. And he wants to ask.
Blue scrum over the goal line.
There's only 2 players from each team not involved in that driving ball.
Timeout.
So Mapasua, Nicholas and Tony Brown and Kelleher all in there.
Yeah, of course, yes. Fellas, 10 blood. Send the replacement, please. 10 blue blood.
So some running repairs now for Tony Brown.
10 blue.
Plenty of changes coming up too for the Brumbies. Damien McKinley, jersey 22, and Mark Chisholm in 19 coming on. And for the Highlanders, we've got Joe McDonnell on jersey 17.
And looks like James Arledge.
It is James Arledge as well.
To replace Tony Brown, no doubt. 15 minutes to go. There's still lots of time on the clock. But it's Highlanders full on attack. 5-metre scrum.
So Byron Kelleher just lost control of it for a moment.
Yeah, he did well to get out of it.
Should still be there though for the Highlanders. They're going to have another go here. Kelleher gives the indication that he wants to get this one wide. So Arledge receives it for the first time. Back to Walker. Kelleher has a little dart himself. He's a hard man to put down. Very strong, Byron Kelleher.
He was well tackled then and turned over.
Yeah, he went the wrong way. He didn't manage to turn. He was facing the opposition with the ball, which is a fundamental.
Yeah, it was terrific defence.
What's it, 1 in the nuts? Okay, hang on. Got a short and honeymoon here. Hold on.
Somewhere amongst there is Tony Brown. Oh, a head clash.
It was a head clash for sure.
With Pat Howard.
More injury woes for the Brumbies. Looks like Vickerman's down this time.
So the hard hit of Pat Howard.
Time on. Crouch and hold. Engage. There we go. Hold on. No. Listen, there's a couple of new boys. You're not going to spoil what we've had up to now. Don't go back. Don't run off the mark, please. Okay, fellas? Crouch and hold. Engage. Okay. It's backwards here on blue. You can go.
Taken quickly by Scott Favour.
Hands off, blue.
Short pass by Harrison. And down goes Pat Howard.
Leave the neck, please.
Good driving play by the Brumbies. Their own 10-metre line. Pass on the inside, and it's a good one too for Damien McAnally. George Smith's had a good game tonight. Again, the ball pops back for Gregan. Looking for the runners. They're a bit slow to get there.
Got away, blue. Sling it up.
Advantage. Back to Walker. And they really have been put off their game tonight.
Roll away, don't lie there.
All those characteristics of the Brumbies, the impasse, the slick passing, the good hands, the quick turnovers. We're not seeing them tonight.
Well, we're seeing some of them, but we're not seeing them consistently. We're certainly not seeing them being finished off. And part of that can be attributed to the Highlanders' defence, but a certain amount of unforced errors. So territory's getting a bit closer. Sorry, JP.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mario, to be fair, I think a lot of it could be attributed to the Highlanders' defence. I think it's been outstanding. We spoke about the need for it prior to the game, and it's certainly come up to the mark and just put them under so much pressure. Haven't allowed the Brumbies to fire at all.
So the throw by Digby Beaumont, who's replaced Jeremy Paul. Short pass again, knocked on.
Play on, it was a legitimate kick.
And here come the Highlanders from their own 22-metre line. The run by Kelleher. Now it's Tom Willis.
No, play on. Didn't go forward.
That's for James Arledge. And Arledge will probably see this game out now, even though Brown went to the blood bin. I wouldn't imagine they'll bring Tony Brown back.
Well, certainly if he did come back, he'd have a couple of stitches in his head.
Let's get this one, Brooker.
Yeah, it's fine. Just a retake.
Let's get some speed, lifters. Agency, lifters.
Digby Beaumont
Line out is over.
finding Favour. Regan to Howard. They've hammered away in midfield without much luck tonight. It's been very solid out there. Mapusua, Nicholas, Brown, of course. They haven't missed too many tackles.
Hold it. You clear off everybody. Just roll off it. They also get traffic. It's on the ball and push backwards. Good.
Ryan Nicholas not rolling away from the ball.
Right.
Paying the price too, I think.
Well, I think he got the message loud and clear. Well, Andrew Walker, he's been kicking for touch like that since he converted from rugby league to rugby union, and he started a flow.
Yeah, but just get in first.
So many players in the Super 12 now kick for touch.
Advantage right.
Beaumont goes deep. Advantage here. Again, too many numbers, I think. Here's Beaumont. Played pretty well this season, Digby Beaumont. Regan's lost it behind him. The referee's going to have to go back.
That's accidental. He's lying on the ground. He didn't play it. No advantage. Numbers on the cross. You can go.
Now Scott Favour.
Just Fellas last feet now.
In Darwin carries it on. Haven't scored any points at all in the second half. Howard, short pass to Wilson. Hard man to hang on to. And he's driving to the line. Now the Highlanders managed to get him behind him and drive him back.
No hands.
Bregan fancies his chances of getting it, and he does so, and George Smith is in. So that's a third try for the Brumbies. Now they've really got something to aim at.
38 points to 19. The point you were making is they've got a bonus point to aim at, Lisbo, by scoring a fourth try. Because one would think it would be hard to get 19 points in about 7 or 8 minutes, but possible.
Good reward tonight for George Smith. Not too many of the Brumbies have covered themselves in glory, but he's one that has been very consistent.
Yes, he has. We haven't heard too much of his fellow loose forwards in this game.
Can't quite bring it back. So it's 38 points to 19.
That fourth try bonus point could become very, very important indeed for the Brumbies, couldn't it, Max? Because the Highlanders are obviously going to edge ahead after this game, by the looks at least. And both got hard matches to finish, so the points table, any point's going to help at this stage.
Yes, it's remarkable, really. We were looking at the points table before the game, and we visualised the situation of if the Brumbies didn't win this, but did get a bonus point, because they've got a hard run-in for the remaining couple of matches. The Crusaders and the Hurricanes to play.
Well, this is a big last 6 minutes here for the Brumbies, because the Highlanders will go to 27 points. The Brumbies, if they were to get a bonus point, would only be one behind with one less victory. So they've done well in the bonus point department when they haven't been winning.
Come on, get the depth behind.
Now they have the ball in hand.
All the way, 6, all the way. Get out of there, 6, get out.
It's a bit like run ratio in cricket, isn't it, at the moment? But both these teams will know for sure that bonus point could be vital in the scheme of things.
Ball turned over and off goes Byron Callagher. So the Highlanders get the ball back as Willis. Arledge to Walker. Quick hands. Just went behind Randall. He's still got Fleming lurking though. Now here's Fleming with his pace. Here he goes. Brad Fleming again.
Well, electric. Vital, exciting. And yet another try. Marvellous work by Tane Randall once again. Have a look at Tane Randall. He knew he could have given the pass, but he knew that he was better to set up Fleming on the inside. Fleming doubled round and just danced and pranced his way to the goal line.
He's quite a player, Brad Fleming, when he gets a little bit of leeway.
No, it was clever work. He still should have been tackled there, Brad Fleming, and then they gave him an inch and he took a mile.
A towering game tonight from Tane Randall. And once the discussions start again on Monday, as they inevitably will, about All Black players, maybe you can add a couple more. Certainly there's a dearth of wingers. Maybe Brad Fleming becomes a name that'll be talked about.
Well, he's had a big game.
Walker again.
Well, that doesn't change things as far as the bonus point situation is concerned.
It's almost just as important here for the Highlanders to defend as it is to score tries.
Yes, in fact, it's more important for them to defend and score tries because they've got their 5 points. They can't get any more. But they want to stop the Brumbies because it's going to be a scrap for that fourth spot between the Brumbies, probably the Brumbies and the Highlanders.
So 3 minutes for the Brumbies, and they'll know full well just how important a bonus point will be for them.
Keep it rolling. That's fine. That's the other gate. That's fine.
Controlled by the Highlanders, who've scored 4 tries in the second half. Arledge safely across the line.
Urgency, boys, urgency, eh? Watch it, go!
Okay, here we are.
Highlanders starting this match with 22 points. So they'll go to 27, that's confirmed. The Brumbies started on 25. At the moment they've got none, but they could still get one single. But the Highlanders have the ball.
Okay, get off the ball, 5. That's better. Okay, 5.
Just eating up time. Good tactics here from the Highlanders. Now Kelleher. Arledge. Whipped across to Fleming again. Walker's got him covered this time, but Fleming nicely away from him. And in touch.
Well, Walker didn't really have him covered. He sort of ghosted inside him in the end. So he's running hot. Brad Fleming converted, of course, from the Hurricanes to the Highlanders. So he goes on the outside, ducks, chops on the inside, caught up by the cover.
There's 14, but he plays on the left wing. Here come the Brumbies. McAnally looking to get around the outside of Tanivula. Walker to Smith. Playing advantage here, Brumbies way. Walker again.
Knock on, but the first one was on blue hand forward. 2 knock-ons.
Time running out here. The Brumbies could finish up getting nothing out of this. Big setback for their chances. Finalists last year, of course.
Yes, they didn't start as well this season. They were certainly short of a gallop when the competition hit off. But they've progressed.
Here goes the hooter. Acknowledged by Andre Watson, so it'll have to happen here if it's going to happen at all. Gregan, Larkin back on the inside. Big tackle.
That's just a tackle, that's fine. Hands
I
off
think it was
now,
Keller
Blue.
who nailed the player from behind. Gregan again, Larkin to Howard. Just a blue wall has been built here tonight by the Highlanders. They've cracked it 3 times, the Brumbies, but generally the defence has been quite outstanding. Smith's looking to get through to Gregan. Ripped away by Joe McDonnell. Filippo Levy. Now what does he want to do here? Oh, have a bit of a run. Look for a moment as though he's going to hoik it into touch. Mapusua.
That's on his feet.
They'd be better off, really, the Highlanders, to just finish the game. And this will finish it anyway, one would suspect. Andre Watson says that'll do us. And Tane Randall's Highlanders have come up with a very big victory here tonight. They've, in the finish, scored 7 tries to 3 and have taken a giant step towards the semi-finals by beating the Brumbies at Carisbrook 45 points to 19.
Well, the Brumbies came.
Big win at Carisbrook tonight for the Highlanders, and that very much helps their chances of making the semi-finals. 7 tries to 3 overall, 45 points to 19 after they led at half-time by 19 points to 14. Let's go to the stand. John Preston with the winning captain, Tane Randall.
Great stuff, Tane. George Gregan just called it marketing, but certainly was the house of pain for the boys tonight.
Yeah, good night for us. We let ourselves down last week. We wanted to really prove something tonight. Only scored a couple of bonus points this year, so I think we scored 7 tries, and we're really happy. It was a great night for the game in terms of the conditions, and it's good to do it justice.
The amazing thing was as well that really you lived, particularly in the first half, you just lived on scraps. You know, I think you had about a third of the ball and only about 25% of position on the field as well.
Yeah, we were happy with our defence. We thought a couple of the tries were a bit sort of opportunistic, and for the most part, we're happy that our defence was tightened. Getting towards that last 10 or so minutes of the game, we didn't want to give them another point and let them have a bonus point.
Amazing amount of turnovers you achieved, a few went against you as well, but ruck and maul time in particular, but even from set phases.
Yeah, we were really keen to put some pressure on. We needed the ball, and once we had it, we thought it was just a case of sort of keeping a bit of composure. We've got a lot of confidence in our game plan, and 7 tries tells a good story for us tonight. Yeah,
on the 7 tries, you've been able to score a lot of tries all season, and I'd be the first to admit that with some of your key players out, I didn't think you had perhaps the explosiveness to score them, but 40-odd points against the Brumbies.
It's the best we've ever gone against them. Yeah, hard to put a finger on it. We've been trying all year. Tonight really clicked for us, and so he's hoping a good bit of confidence will see us through these next couple of games as well.
It was a crucial win in terms of the points board. If you'd lost it, it would have been very, very difficult for you, but that's nudged you ahead of the Brumbies now. A couple of Australian teams to play, and hopefully you'll be there.
Yeah, good place to be ahead of the Brumbies. We know we're playing New South Wales next week. We haven't had a great record against them, and then we're away to Queensland for our last game. Yeah, we've got a target to get to, but tonight's a good way to start off in our last 3 games.
Oh, great win, Tane. Back to the wall stuff, and you did everyone proud here tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks. Catch you.
Yes, the best winning margin for the Highlanders over the Brumbies. So there we are. Highlanders now jump over the Brumbies and move into 4th place on the championship. So it's back to the 4 New Zealand teams, the Blues, the Hurricanes, the Crusaders and the Highlanders. And the Brumbies have a little bit of work to do now in their final 2 matches of the Super 12. So let's have a look at Rugby on Sky and the remaining matches in Super 12 this weekend. Double header tomorrow, starting at Eden Park, and we'll be live at 20 minutes past 7 for the Blues against the Sharks, then the Reds and the Cats coming in from Brisbane at 9:30 tomorrow evening, and then in South Africa on Sunday morning New Zealand time, firstly to Pretoria and the Bulls against the Crusaders, followed by the Stormers and the Chiefs. But it's been the Highlanders' night tonight here in Dunedin. They put away the Brumbies by 45 points to 19.